Hello everyone, I'm VHX, and today on the Collecting Channel, it's a head-to-head grudge match between two sets of recently released collector versions of 90s era weird colorful monsters. Who's the baddest? Who's the most radical? Who could pound the most Kansas Surge? Let's find out. Today's match will be fought in 5 rounds: Sculpt, Paint, Articulation, Goofy Nostalgic Charm Factor, and Overall Presentation.
Round 1. Sculpt.
King Sphinx and the Pumpkin Wrapper are from a 90s American kids show that recycled footage from a 90s Japanese kids show, so it was obviously always going to be a little rough around the edges. Overall, they really nail the guy in a rubber suit vibe of the show, and they even throw in nice details like a scaly skin texture, sculpted in hieroglyphs, and pumpkin gut striations. Zarax and Zork, on the other hand, are from a 90s kids cartoon, and they look like they were pulled right from the animation cells. The smoothness of these Triceratons works like gangbusters here. The main drawback of this pair is parts reuse, a grim inevitability of the little plastic people business market. And here you're basically getting 2 of the exact same figure with just a few different parts, and the tail is reused from a completely different non-dinosaur guy. And for that, it'll cost them the round.
Round 2. Paint.
NECA is known for slathering their figures in paint, especially in this cartoon line. The Triceratons have this super saturated, clean, and precise paint job with cell shading accents to give it dimension. It makes this pair a real eye magnet on your shelf. Apart from a few sloppy lines, I honestly have no complaints here. It's a bold stylistic choice that is executed extremely well. The evil space aliens, however, suffer from Hasbro's notorious inability to add paint to anything unless absolutely necessary. Most of what you're looking at here is cast plastic, and while there is a wash on the Pumpkin Wrapper's giant pumpkin dome and a bit of muscle shading on King Sphinx, there's some essential applications that are missing. They didn't even punch in the black for King Sphinx's nose or mouth, so instead of looking more clearly like a beefy Egyptian cat dude, he looks more like a marble statue of a beefy Egyptian cat dude. Same for the Pumpkin Wrapper. There should be some darkness here in the jack-o'-lantern face, as you can see from the packaging. It makes them look, for lack of a better term, like toys. For this huge miss, it cost them the round.
Round 3. Articulation.
The Triceratons are loaded with all the normal points you would get from NECA, but they're bulky and armored, which means the hips and shoulders are restricted. And like a lot of NECA figures, I don't particularly trust all the joints. They are creaky. I mean creaky. They really speak to you. It just requires more delicate handling, and for a guy who likes to put his figures to paces, it's a ding on the overall score. King Sphinx and the Pumpkin Wrapper, on the other hand, move about as good as all the other Lightning Collection figures, which is to say, extremely well. They both have this amazingly engineered torso with a dumbbell at the diaphragm and a crunch down at the lower waist. But the most crucial joint is there. You know it, baby. I'm talking butterfly shoulders.
You're my butterfly, sugar, baby.
Round 4. Goofy Nostalgic Charm Factor.
My exposure to the Turtles was primarily through the movies and the Playmates toy line.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
From Playmates.
I actually had to Google the Triceratons, only to find that they appeared in just one episode of the cartoon, Night of the Dark Turtle, which aired in September 1993.
In less than an hour, this entire planet will be ours.
You know what also aired in September 1993? Episode 104 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which introduced King Sphinx. Well, viewers, I know how my September 1993 Saturday mornings were spent, and it was spent in Angel Grove. Look, these Triceratons are awesome. That's why I bought them. I don't have any direct attachment to these characters other than liking anthropomorphic dinosaurs with space blasters. I love their goofy expressions, I love the hinged jaws, and I love these turkey basters on Zarax's head. King Sphinx and the Pumpkin Wrapper, though, I spent a lot of Saturday mornings watching grainy, recycled footage of Japanese stuntmen in these ill-fitting rubber suits getting the crud kicked out of them by teenagers with attitude. Plus, when we're talking about 90s charm factor, it doesn't get much better than a pumpkin man spitting sick rhymes.
Ooh, you rangers make me mad! Waking me up with a rap that bad!
And that alone is enough to win this round.
Round 5. Overall Presentation.
Let's talk now about what you get in the box and which is the better value. The Triceratons each have alternate hands. Zarax, the yellow one, comes with a couple of alternate blade gauntlets, and and they have 3 guns between the 2 of them, sizes small, medium, and large. The set retailed for $54.99, which considering the bulk of these guys is a good value despite my dislike of blatant parts reuse. But with the poor distribution and scalping associated with the NECA Turtles figures, good luck getting it at that price. It's because of licensing deals that these guys had to come in a 2-pack when I would have happily just bought one or the other for half the cost. Probably the yellow one, just because he reminds me of Homer Simpson as a space Triceratops. The evil space aliens are sold separately at $29.99 each. King Sphinx includes these big honkin' wings, a tail, a large hook staff with accompanying energy effect, and alternate gripping or grabby hands. The Pumpkin Raptor is really stacked. A few alternate hands, 2 vine whips, a large green energy effect, and one of my favorite accessories of the year, not 1, not 2, but 3 pumpkin heads to put on your Power Rangers during a fight. For the amount of stuff in the box and the tremendous play value, and that these are 2 totally unique sculpts, and at just $5 more than the Triceraton pack, it's just way better bang for your buck. Honestly, I love both these sets. But when you stack them up, it's hard to deny the pure spinal tap of nostalgia and fun that the evil space aliens bring. Here's hoping that Hasbro keeps these weird Japanese monsters coming our way because I will gladly fill my shelves with them. Check them out if you can. Thanks again for watching, and if you liked what you saw, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed to the channel or shared the video with a friend.
You know what to do.
Yes, sir!
But mostly, I just appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch me play with toys. See you next time.